Generic greetings and welcome to Darkest Dungeon. Today's beverage is a nice relaxing cup of chamomile tea, the perfect accompaniment to a game like this because it offsets its dark, bleak, horrid, tragic existence, and if it could beat you over the head with a severed leg, then it probably would. If you're not aware what this game is, essentially it is a dungeon crawler. You go into a randomly generated dungeon with a party of 4 people and try to complete whatever objective it is, so kill a boss or gather resources, explore, whatever. And you will slowly get hacked to bits and go insane, and there's just no getting over that. In fact, when I first featured it, probably 2 or 3 years ago, whenever it came out, I really appreciated the game but not truly enjoyed it for a couple of reasons, because sometimes the game will just screw you over. Sometimes you'll just get a couple of bad rolls and one of your heroes that you've been trying to upgrade and look after will just die, and that's just what the game is like, and it's a difficult pill to swallow, but you're going to have to swallow that in order to really get the most out of it. In fact, you're probably going to have to just get over the fact that that's going to happen, otherwise you're just not going to get it. You're just going to go, nope, I've had enough, and that's pretty much what happened to me. I think when it first came out, I played a lot of the game in a very short amount of time, and there's just a couple of hurdles that I couldn't get over, and I just went, it's just not for me. I appreciate it, and it is a good game, but it's just not for me. There was some balance problems at the time as well, because I played it in its, I think it's like early beta or whatever it was. Just before it came out, I think I had pre-release, and then a bit afterwards there's some balance changes and stuff that's happened since then. But either way, I've recently picked it back up because I'm in the mood for a dark/grim fantasy setting, owing to the release of Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th Edition, which I've recently been running. So I've really been in this sort of mood, so I thought I'd pick it up, and it reminds me just how well designed and good the game is, so I thought I would bring you along for the ride. Let's just stop nattering and let's crack on. This is our main town, by the way, and it's like an abbey and guild and sanitarium and tavern and stuff, and you can upgrade all these things to give you better bonuses, but I've sorted my heroes out, and I'm just gonna I wouldn't call them heroes actually, they're just called adventurers. What are they called? Yeah, oh, they are called heroes actually. Anyway, we're gonna go to embark, and we're gonna actually do a mission. So we got different areas along the map. So Darkest Dungeon, that's ultimate objective, which yeah, I fear this task is beyond me. Yeah, we wouldn't be able to do that. Darkest level 6, not gonna happen. We've got ruins, warrens, cove, etc. So we'll go for the Weald here, which is beat back the creatures, bandits that endanger the traffic of the old road. There is a story that goes along with this, but I'm not going to spoil it too much. Basically, something occurred, something, everything's gone to hell, and you have to come and try and fix it. So this is a short mission, so we don't have any camping in the middle of it. It's apprentice level 1, so it's easy. Complete 100% of battle rooms, so we have to just battle through all the rooms. So our party consists of, as I said, 4 people. Technically it's up to 4. I think you can run it with 3 or less, and there probably is achievements for that, but no way in I'm going to be doing that one. So our party consists of, let's go for this fellow here. This is Hordine, Adventure Man-at-Arms. So you can see they have preferred positions in the group. So basically front 2, and preferred targets is front 2 as well. What we're going to equip them with, I'm going to get rid of probably that, and then give him this bellow because I quite like that. We're going to have on the right far at the back, we're going to have this fellow, who is an occultist who will be able to heal people up. I'm going to get rid of that sacrificial stab and equip them with instead probably the demonic pull. We're going to have our Vane, Adventure Houndmaster, one of my favourite characters in here as well, and that'll do us. And then on the next row, do we want to go with the Bounty Hunter, or do we want to go with someone else? We have a Musketeer, and oh, we have 2 Musketeers actually. Well, their preferred positions is further back at this stage because of their upgrades, so probably best not bothering with that. We could go with this person. You can see they all have quirks as well and some stats. I'll go through some of the basic ones there. This isn't a full preview, so I'm not going to be detailing every little thing. I think actually that is a fairly decent loadout what we've got there. So let's go with that. So we now then go to provision, and we will equip different pieces of equipment to like progress our way through. So we need some food. General rule I find is just get yourself 12 food as a minimum. It stacks in 12s. This is your inventory. Yes, if it gets full you can't carry any more, and obviously you want to be bringing stuff out the dungeon. Each area has different quirks, so you might want to take more, say like herbs on one or bandages on the other, depending on the type of enemies. I have not played enough at this stage to determine what that is like. I'm sure there's a wiki and stuff, but I prefer to try and learn it a bit myself before having to reference things. But yeah, there will be some subtleties for it. But anyway, I'm just going to go for a total of find 10 torches should be okay. We're going to go with 2 skeleton keys, 2 shovels, we'll say 1 bandage and 1 herbs, and that should do us. So let's, do you want to go with more bandages? No, I think that's fine, and we'll embark. So this is going to be an interesting one because I've never played this one before. I don't know what type of enemies I'm going to be facing. Nor do I know if I've got the right setup. You can equip your heroes with different abilities. Well, you have to unlock them first, and that sort of thing.
Soak the soil, sapping all good life from these groves.
The narrator's really good.
Let us burn out this evil.
Really, really good. The narrator from this game and from the narration in this game and Bastion, I think, is they're on par. They're really, really good. Bastion noted to be having a really good narration. So the main thing we have to worry about here is our radiant light. So currently 100%, which gives us extra dodge, scouting, and monster. We can surprise monsters as well. When that goes further down, the monsters will hit us harder, they'll crit us harder, but I think we can get better loot as well. This is our party loadout. You can see we can have a move around. We've got things like men-at-arms, so all different quirks or resistance in movement and crit skill and stuff like that, and then bad ones, so extra stress when dealing with unholy, and we'll never drink in town, and base stats, so HP, what your chances to dodge, your protection rating, which is 0 for a guy here, which is interesting when you probably need to up their armor, and also resistances for bleed and stun and whatnot. There's more stuff because I've got the DLC and there's been patches since it came out. There's a lot of stuff that I had to let go. What was that like? I don't think diseases were in the game when it first came out, and there's certainly heroes that weren't in. Anyway, this is our map here, and we do have a scouting phase because we have got good scouting, so we know that we are going to come across in the next corridor a curio, a trap, and then we've got a battle room there. So let's deal with that. Let's just go this way, and actually we need to click on there because that's where we want to go. So the first thing will be a curio. So I will use we'll use this guy to have a look in, and the pack contains loot. It is a journal page, gold, and food. Journal pages are just story. I tend to dump them because I often find that I'm going to. I often find that I'm running out of space, so I tend to dump them. I'm going to use my. I need to disarm a trap, so let's just see what trap disarms. 120% for the Houndmaster, so let's just disarm that trap, and there we go. That's trap disarmed, and that reduces their stress. They've got HP, and you've got stress. If your HP goes to 0, then you are on death's door, and any other hit can kill you. If your stress goes up to 100, then you have like a resolve stage where you either go one way or the other, so you can be like sort of hell for leather, right, I am going to do this, everything will be fine, or the other way around where we're all going to die, they're in the walls, and just start going full chaos. Let's just activate a torch to get our light back up, and then we will go through here, which will be a fight because we have scouted it, so we know it's going to be a fight. So we're versing some hounds. So straight onto initiative, they're not surprised, so we have different options available to us. I'm going to go for probably vulnerability hex, and I will make this guy at the front vulnerable. So it's 1 point damage, and then it's now marked, and marked means it takes extra damage from some attacks, and dodges, well, minus dodges, well, as you can imagine, minus dodge. We're going to use our collect bounty ability, which is increase plus 90% damage on a marked target, so bang, 13 damage, there is a hound dead straight away. And there we go. We are then going to use our Houndmaster to do Hound's Harry, which is just basically the hound charges everywhere and then puts bleed on the target, which is good. They're going to attack me. They're going to do Rapid Rush, and we managed to dodge the attack, which is good. And they're just going to keep going. 3 damage and bleed. Okay, that's a problem. We might have to sort that out in a bit. And resisted bleed. So, we want to go for Bellow, I think, which is... it's just basically a big debuff. So let's do that. There's Bellow, and there's debuff, so they now have reduced speed and things. I'm going to go for, do I go with Hound's Harry to do more damage, or do I just charge them off? Actually, no, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go for the Whistle, which targets them. There we go. So when we come onto our Bounty Hunter, it should be a bit easier. I'm going to also go for... Weakening Curse, maybe? No. Demon's Pull, don't need to do that. I think we'll just hex them up. They managed to dodge light somehow, I don't know. Anyway, let's just kill that target because it's quite easy. So you can see how having a nice combination of heroes will help you out. If you just bundle 4 people together, it's just not going to work out at all. I mean, I'm playing this on... I did have my original save from back in the day, but I didn't go with that because, quite frankly, I couldn't really remember what was going on there, so I thought I'd start again. And because I own the DLC... do I want to heal myself? I think I do. Let's do that. There we are. And we resist the bleeding that we were going to put on ourselves. Yeah, because I had the original save, I thought, you know, I'll get rid of it. I haven't played it in ages, so and I own all the DLC, so I thought, well, you know what? I'll load it up with all of that on, and as soon as it goes, I think it's the Crimson Court, which is like the vampire one, immediately goes, you don't want to play it on this rate, and you just don't want to. So I've just got all of the standard stuff with, I've got all the standard stuff, but the Crimson Court, and I think it's the Colour of Madness or something, whatever the one with, the one that's very blue. I haven't got those turned on. Anyway, where were we? I think we'll go for probably Vulnerability Hex on the Hound there, and then we'll get our Bounty Hunter to batter him one, which will probably kill it. Let's go for the Hound's Harry, although that's no real point because they're going to put Bleed on. Guess what? Bleed doesn't really work very good against skeletons. Wow, 29 crit. You see when they get crit, you get... people reduce their stress because obviously you're going really well. I'm gonna do Retribution on that guy there, so a bit of damage, and then we are marked ourselves and we get riposte. So if we get hit, we hit them back, which is really, really useful. So they're gonna try and hit us, which they do for 5, and then I hit them back for 5, which is really cool. We will go for probably a... How much health is that fellow on? He's on... can I find out? Oh yeah, that's actually decent to heal him. 2 damage, not 2 healing, and we didn't get the bleed, which is good. Let's just battle these ones. Fairly easy, these skeletons. You can see we leave corpses, or they leave corpses. I guess we leave corpses if we die as well, I think. Anyway, they leave corpses when they fall over. So we've got a box here. We'll have a look in. Stashed heirlooms, good. And we have a left luggage, so we can open it, and there's a chance it could be bad, or we could use one of our keys, which unlocks a secret compartment and gives us some more stuff. Basically, it bypasses all of the worst stuff that you can find, so all the debuffs. Ooh dear, these don't look good. So we got Mushroom Men, Fungal Scratcher, and we got also Cultist Acolyte. Now the Cultist Acolytes I really hate, so I'm going to pull them right to the front. So 5 damage and pull them to the front, so they can't use hopefully most of their stuff. We'll do a bit of a bleed across the lot there because they are alive, and then we'll use our Bounty Hunter to bat the one at the front, and there we go. Excellent. That's a very, very good start. We'll do Retribution as well on actually do I want to Bellow? Actually we'll Bellow because that'll reduce their speed, so it means we'll be going first. They're going to do Stressful Incantation. We've managed to dodge light. Perfect. Oh, cool. We're doing quite good here, which means the game's about to throw a spanner in the works and kill us in one shot. Yes, the Stressful Incantation is bad. The worst one by far, though, is the... I think it's called... It's something goblet, like the fling a goblet of something at you, and you just gain 15 to 20 stress. It's horrible. I want to pull that target, so we'll grab them and pull them forward, which is worked out, and they're now marked, which means when I send the dog after them, I believe it does more damage to marked targets. Yes, and obliterated. Well then, thank you, Hans Master. Nice. So I think we'll go for Retribution. So we're now marked, and we've got riposte. So they should focus us if they can. Any healing required? Not really, so we'll just say pull you to the front, because why not? Because it destroys the corpses as well. So the corpses get in your way. That I don't think that was in when I first played it, but it's a decent mechanic. There we go. So he tries to hit us, it does nothing. I dodge and then I hit them back. So yeah, crit for 11. Wow, okay, that's ow, that's bad. When we get critted, you can see we do take some stress there. So I'm going to do some healing, which is 12 healing, which is good. But we have put bleeding ourselves, but it's only bleed 1, I think. 1 damage for a couple of rounds. That's nothing. So let's just batter this one in the face. There we go. It actually doesn't really have a face. It's a mushroom. We'll go for that, which will hopefully bleed them, which it has. Perfect. And then, do we want to just kill the one at the front? Yeah, pretty much just take them out if you can. Because, you know, if it's got 1 health, it's still attacking you for full damage. Oh, look at that. I love that riposte. Perfect. And we'll send the hound after it, and that should be that one done. Excellent. So we'll take all that, and then we've got another journal page as well.
This momentum.
So
to the task's end.
I will heal these up a little bit by eating some food. And do we want to open this? A coffin, slightly ajar. So you can use items on this. Now, I don't know what it would do. See, I know a key would work on the chest, but I don't know what the rest would do. Let's just open it. And it contains hidden treasures, which is busts and gold. So there we go, we'll take that. Right, so we will go to our next area, which will be... Actually, let's do that, and then we'll go here. This is not being scouted, so I have no idea what we're going to face here. There's a curio, though. And, oh, is that a spark of coin I see? That's his downside. He has to loot it, because it's a bit of a downside for him. There's another journal page, so I'm just going to have to take... I can't take the gold. What can I get rid of? I'll get rid of these journal pages. As I said, that maybe there's a reason to keep them. I'm going to take the gold, and I'm going to take the holy water. There's a cross. Do I really want to... Oh, a grave dug in haste. So, I guess I'll use my shovel on that one.
Waiting to be spent.
Find some more stuff. And there's a trap that we didn't see.
Curious is the trap maker's art. His efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes.
So it looks like this area is fairly okay. No scouting. Let's move on. Our objective, by the way, is... Ooh, that doesn't look good. We have to complete all room battles. This is Thorny Thicket. I'm going to use the shovel to get through that. Is that like a tree stump? Nothing of interest. Good. Hunger. We will stop and eat. As I said, there is a camping mechanic in the game. We won't get it for this one because this is only a short fight. And... yeah, there's looking a bit occult / eldritchy here. So, do you want to harry them? What's their chance of bleed? Oh, it's only 20%, so I might as well go for it, because they have a good chance of bleeding, which, there you go, is working out. Don't need to heal. We will... Fungal artillery. I'm guessing, yeah, we probably want to pull them to the forefront, because certain abilities can only be used in certain positions, so bringing them forward is probably the way... I want to do it. So there's a couple of debuffs there. They're all stunned anyway, but they're going to go that turn now. And here's the escape cloud, and ooh, they're puffing on us, which gives us blight. Oh dear, we're getting spored. So blight is damage. It's basically just poison. Same as bleed. It's all just a debuff, slow damage over time, but it does ignore. Protection, so the protection stat, which how much like reduction in damage, whereas that doesn't. It just goes straight through. There's a crit on us, that's bad. But I mean, we haven't taken too much damage, so we can manage that. So I want to go for retribution on that one, which didn't kill it, but it's on 1 health, I think, so it's gonna take a point of damage anyway. I will go for a mark on that target. There we go. This fellow now. Probably want to just take out the spot. Yeah, there we go. And Rain of Blight, that doesn't sound good. Oh, there we go, there's Blight. Yeah, so a lot of Blight in this dungeon then. There we go, a bit of riposte. Nice. And we'll take a bit of damage. Do I want to just bat them with an axe? I don't want to put. No, I want to pull that guy forward, don't I? Oh, crit of 3. And they pull right forward, and they're now marked. Excellent. I want to probably go for some healing. So there we go. He's already bleeding, so more bleed is doesn't really matter. There's Ren for the old gods, but he hits us 3, and then we hit him back for 5. So I mean, we're net profit. I could just batter him. Yeah, why not? So far, Men at Arms is my favourite of the tanky characters. You've got like a paladin, you've got a flagellant as well. Some of them are a lot harder to fight than others. Sorry, a lot harder to play than others, and I'm really not in that state yet, and probably never will be where I can manage it. So we have a we can either keep hitting that guy now and take him out, or what we can do is just start healing, which I think is the option. Because once you're out of combat, you can't use these abilities, which, again, another bit of a difficult pill to swallow. So I thought, well, why? We're out of combat, we can just do this. Doesn't work like that, sadly. So we'll take all of them items. We will... don't think that works. We haven't got a bandage. Do some deeds, surely. It's a bit expensive, though, isn't it? Yeah, a deed to land, yeah. I'm just going to use it to bandage my Lego. And what does that? Purge evil and can restore purity. Also applied to increase resistances. Let's use that on them, then, which, sadly, no, it's not. It's for something else. I thought it might work. Anyway, so we are going to go for the next area. So we've got 2 more areas to go, and we'll have a look in the tree stump. Sometimes a tree is just a tree. True enough. Oh, doggies. So, Rabid Rush straight away. Looks like they've got... they haven't got surprise on this. He's got higher initiative. Dogs are fast, though. Okay, so... no need to pull anyone forward. We're just going to go for a heal on ourselves. Oh, 18 critical. Nice. And resisted the bleed as well. Is this going to be... Yeah, so there's a lot of bleed in this dungeon as well as hexing. So I'm going to say mark that front target. Why not? I will bellow to slow them down. And I'll send the dog after them to get bleed on there. So, and we'll get that mark target. You can see we went first this time because we reduced their speed. So it's really important. We've also got Cry Havoc, which has reduced stress by 3 across the board. I don't think we really need to do that. I will instead just mark a dog, which not only gives them a debuff, it 2 healing. Resist to bleed though. Yeah, it gives them a debuff, but marks them as well. We are resisting the bleeding somewhat. I've no riposte on him, should probably put that on earlier. Do I want to heal here? Yeah, go on. 13, nice. I resist bleeding. Looks like we'll just take that target out. And then, do you want to mark the target? No, I think we'll just batter it. There we are. And there's some gold, because apparently hounds have that on them. You know, they have to pay for bones somehow. So, stashed in there are some loot. Maybe of the fat kind. With a P and a Z, obviously. And we'll go this way. And another bandit ambush. But they are surprised, so we get to act before them. So I will pull, as always, the guy right at the back to the front. And then we will... Caltrops? No... I think we'll just hit him with a big axe. No, we won't. We will completely miss. But the dog will put some bleed on people, just because of the debuff. And I could go for Bellow, which reduces their speed, which is probably going to be best for next turn. Yeah, there we go. Obviously, we could have probably taken out the guy at the front, but I'd rather make sure that next turn we get a full round of doing whatever we want. So they're gonna act now because obviously they're surprised, and well, they were surprised, and now they get over to the act at the end of the round. So this is, I think, how it works. So now it goes to the next round, and we should have highest. Yeah, we have better initiative, speed technically it's called. There's some healing, and we'll be able to hopefully kill. On the front? No, we didn't. But the dog will be able to... How much damage is it going to do? You can see when we've selected this, on the right there, it shows like what the protection is and the dodge chance and all that sort of thing. It shows you how much health they've got and how much damage you're going to do. So this is damage 4 to 7 and they've only got 3 health, so I might as well take them out. There we go. For the next one, I'm going to go with... I was gonna do riposte, but quite frankly, they had 6 health and this is 6 to 10, so I might as well take them out. They're gonna keep doing slice and dice, which is a bit of an issue, but you know what? Nah, I'll worry about it later. I will pull this one to the front, and it should move. Yeah, it doesn't get rid of the corpse; it just moves them like that. We'll do some more healing. Just keep them all healed up, And then that should be taken out. Yeah, annihilated. So this has been, I wouldn't say a perfect run, but it's been getting close to it.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious
This is a
killer.
problem though. See? I don't have a shovel to get through this, so I'm going to have to dig my way through, which we take some damage. Use some food up there, and here we go. So I'm out of torches, and I'm almost out of food, and we've got some ectoplasm and some of these acolytes, which I really don't like. So you're going to get you're not going to be able to come to the front because you can dodge. And here we go. So stressful incantations. Let's bring you here. Come on, forward, and they're now marked. What's their chance to bleed? It's not great, 60% resistance, but no, they're all on bleed. I actually don't have a lot of damage either. And then stress is going up. Light's going down. Let's debuff them. Slime. Yeah, they're going to slime towards us. So back to us. Healing. Wow, 2. Whoa, yeah, and yeah. Bear in mind that you can actually end up killing heroes with that, because sometimes it can heal. I believe it heals between 1 and 12 or something, and there is a chance that you can just heal for 1 and then put a bleed of like a couple on them. So that's all kinds of bad. I'm just going to take these out actually. Well, I would if they didn't manage to dodge. Slime is not normally supposed to dodging, but there you go. So back to us. There's that taken out. So it's just this guy at the back that we have to deal with. And, well, that's definitely dealt with. So, we will collect all of that stuff, and we have now completed it. We are going to continue adventuring, and the reason for that is I want to go for heal up and heal up. And then we will open this, and we will use a key. And there we go. It's a hidden compartment, and we gain some deeds, and we'll take them all. But sadly, we can't take those 4 deeds. What can I dump? What can I dump? Well, I can dump anything I want, but is there anything I want to dump? Probably just the spare 50 gold, and then we'll take all those, and then we will complete the quest. There we go. Apparently our victories are mounting. Achieve. So we've gained 8,000 gold, so I think we spent a couple just getting here. Loads of deeds and stuff, so we've got 16 deeds, 4 busts, and 4, whatever that is, crests. And now we have extra... Oh, we have now them leveled up to veterans. So we're going to unlock different traits. We've got Healer's Gift. 20% healing skills while camping. That's on Hodin. We've got Clumsy for Daryl, which is -5 dodge. That's bad. We've got Satanphobia. Or Satanphobia. Unholy. Satanophobia. Oh, it's replaced Quiet Mind. We've got Claustrophobia and Wheel Tactician. Alright, so we'll return to town. So, those downsides are mounting up. What can we do? Well, random event. Idle Houndsman Games 1 Resolve.
They must be found out.
Good. So, what are we going to do with these? Well, some of them are really stressed out, and some of them have bad traits that I really don't want. So, for example, what sort of thing? Look at all this one. God-fearing, resolute. Yeah, there's loads of stuff. I'm going to... That's a permanent one. What you can do, you can put them... This is the sanitarium, which I will... do you want to level that up? Not yet. I do want to...
Experimental techniques and tonics can overcome things a sharpened sword cannot.
Yeah, you can get rid of them. So I can say weak grip or this one, and there's a chance of them removed. In town we'll never drink. Maniac for money. In town we'll only pray for stress relief. None of them I'm really too bothered about, but I definitely want to get rid of that weak grip, because it's... I think it is classed as melee, that hound one. Or is it? I don't know. What is it classed as? Ranged. Okay, so none of that I really care about, but this one is bad. So we'll get rid of that. At least we'll try to. And this is where the whole your heroes slowly get messed up thing comes into play. So we want to... Don't really want do anything with them. However, this fellow, as you can see, his stress is quite high. He also experiences religious visions and delusions. Who is that? That's an adventure occultist. Probably putting them in the Abbey is not the way to go. So instead, he will gamble. There we go. Let's tempt fortune, shall we? And that's going to slowly reduce his overall stress. I want to upgrade the blacksmith with armor smithing, and
every plan relies upon a strong
probably the furnace as well.
Tempered steel.
The one you probably want to upgrade first is the stagecoach, because it never occurred to me when I first played this, but the only thing that is free in the game are people. They slowly turn up, and you get more and more people. Because you'll just be, some of these you'll just be getting rid of. You don't want them, they're too stressed out, they're too wounded. You just get rid of them, and it's just it is a meat grinder. That's what it's, and it's purposeful. The whole point is that these lives are free, and it's making a statement there, I guess. Right, so do we want to do anything else with these ones? I don't think so. I think that's about right. So we'd embark on another mission. Oh, you got like a districts thing. I think this is DLC stuff where you can upgrade like performance hall or training ring and stuff like that. It all gives you certain bonuses. And you also have equipment. As you can see, I've got equipment here. They give you bonuses to things, and there's always a negative for something. I don't think there's anything that's just plus. So yeah, so they all have something. Like we got this berserk mask, which is extra crit, extra speed, but it's minus 33% healing. We've got extra HP, but minus 1 speed. We've got plus trap disarm and scouting, but minus 1 speed. Again, there's all pluses and minuses for it. But yeah, that's a little bit of Darkest Dungeon. I was going to call it the Darkest Dungeon, but it's Darkest Dungeon. It's just as good. Well, it's better than what it was when I've played it. It was, like I say, it's received a bit more balance and polish. There's some new stuff in it. The DLC seems to add some interesting stuff. And now that I've played more and more, as I keep playing, I see different facets and stuff, and it seems to... I start to see like the inner workings and the different tactics you can go with. So hopefully I'll be able to get some of the other characters working. Like, for example, the Jester, I find, is a little bit iffy to play because they have a lot of abilities that are moving. So it says they're forward 3. So I had a static battle line in that one, where everybody stayed in their own formation and they did that thing. Whereas you can have builds which, like the really good ones, is that's forward and there's no back actually. So you'd end up, moving forward and have to work your way back, and you have a less static line. And as you play high level dungeons, you tend to get ones that push you and move you around. So it's important that you either resist that or have moves that can go around. Every hero has the ability when you're fighting it just is on the edge of the bar, just to realign, to go to a different point. Sometimes it's 1 or 2 space. It's based on like the speed and things, as far as I'm aware. But obviously that's all they're doing. You want an ability like the Jesters, which is you do some damage or do some debuffing or something and then move. That's always good. Either way, I think we're going to leave it there. Hope you have enjoyed watching a little bit of Darkest Dungeon. It is certainly something I'm getting really back into, and I can see myself putting a lot more time into it. I will then eventually go on to some of the DLC, but it's supposed to be really difficult. So yeah, we'll play this one on the easy mode, and then we'll move on to the probably the normal mode again. And then, yeah, we'll see how far we get with it. Hope you have enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.